There's hundreds of videos out there about how to get your first freelance client. Send this message, use this platform, build this portfolio, get your first client. And I understand why they're popular, because when you're starting out, the first client feels like the answer to everything. Once somebody pays you, you think you'll finally know that this can work. But getting the first client, it doesn't fix anything. It's the beginning of something much bigger. My first client was on Upwork and they paid me $6 an hour. And I remember thinking, that's it, I'm in now. Whatever freelancing is now, I've kind of cracked the difficult part. And then that job ended. And a few weeks later, I was back on the laptop trying to find the next one. So that $6 job proved that, yeah, somebody was willing to pay me. And it proved that the door wasn't completely locked. But the challenge was I had to open it again and again and again and again. There was more and more locked doors at every step. So finding a client isn't something you learn once and then move beyond. It's a loop that actually never ends. And yeah, at some point you'll get repeat clients and you'll get referrals, but some version of that loop is always there. I've been doing this for 4 years and I still go through it all the time. And every experienced freelancer I know goes through a version of it. In fact, I want anybody who's been freelancing for more than 2 years to comment below and just confirm this. And it's something that I just wish more people understood about freelancing advice. One video or one platform or one strategy, pricing strategy, none of it actually fixes your business on its own. The mistake is never trying the advice or taking it on board. It's expecting too much from any single piece of advice. And there's a second loop underneath this one. And it's the part that I see nobody talking about. Your first clients are usually small enough, solo operators, a creator, small business owner, maybe another freelancer, somebody who's willing to give you a chance, probably at a lower rate, lower market rate. And those clients really matter because they do build that runway for you and they give you experience and lots of examples of your work. But a lot of them also have the same financial limits as you do. And at some point, you're going to realize you can't build a big enough business around people who can't really afford you. So you're going to have to go after bigger clients instead, maybe businesses. And that's a completely different game. Again, it's no longer about proving that you can do the work. It's about understanding why somebody, a business actually needs to work. So your early clients will teach you how to freelance. And then businesses or a bigger level of clients will teach you how to operate inside somebody else's organization. So you learn that really slowly. And I think this is the theme of this whole video is slowly. It's a key word. You'll have so many calls that go nowhere, proposals that just don't land, people that ghost you. And it rarely feels like progress when it's happening. And then there's something else, a part that's really hard to see from the outside. You're going to leave your boss, maybe if this goes well enough, but in leaving your boss, you'll have a new boss inside your head. There's a whole battle with yourself that goes on. And again, anyone who's been freelancing long enough, I want them to comment and confirm this. It is a really isolating job with nobody beside you to tell you that you've done enough today, with nobody to tell you you don't need to send that next email, that you don't need to chase that next lead, you don't need to work for one more hour. And because every decision becomes yours, it becomes very easy to turn any small bad result into a verdict on yourself. So that message didn't work, that didn't land. Maybe I'm really bad at selling. That client completely ghosted me. So maybe I'm not good enough to operate at this level. A strategy failing becomes you failing. A client saying no becomes a verdict on whether you are ever actually good enough to do this. And the thing that helps you isn't another script or a platform. It's people. It's real people. That is, been the biggest game changer for me. To be able to speak to other people who feel this as well. So not somebody 10 years ahead of you who can barely remember what it's like to start freelancing, but people roughly at the same stage as you. They might be 2-3 steps ahead, suffering from those same quiet weeks where absolutely nothing is happening and you're questioning yourself inside your head about whether you can actually do this. For somebody to be able to say, I go through that as well, I spiral as well, I suffer those times as well, it makes a huge difference, bigger than anything else. Working alone makes every problem feel unique to you, but speaking to other people who are at a similar level reminds you that it's not the case and you're not alone. So I don't say this to anybody to try and talk them out of freelancing, because if I had to choose again, I would do this over any other job. It is definitely for me, but I'd also never sell it as the thing that fixes everything, that it's this solution to all your life's problems. So yeah, if you're suffering in a job, you see it as an alternative option, but there's a whole other journey that you have to go on. And the toughest thing is how slow everything takes. This has really taught me a lot about myself. And I think freelancing in general, in a lot of ways, will bring you so much closer to the things you already struggle with. Again, because there's no manager or company structure standing between you and them. So go and get your first client. But I promise you, and this kind of proves everything I've talked about in this video, I promise you it'll take longer than you expected. But it does matter. That proof that somebody's willing to pay you is really important. But please don't expect it to be the end of the hard part. It's just the beginning. It's the beginning of understanding what freelancing actually is.